This is an emergency alert video out of Colombia. We reported on the situation a couple of days ago, and it has gone from very bad to beyond imaginable bad. The dam that they were building, where they had this massive landslide and flood, is now on the verge of collapsing itself. And let me read for you what's being said. The director of the disgraced energy company EPM told Colombia media on Thursday that the country's largest hydroelectric dam could burst. Mr. Londoño conceded that it's difficult to answer if the Hidroituango dam will be saved. A stark assessment of that, if true, could cause an unprecedented amount of damage to the environment, the nation's economy, and ultimately lives. The company and regional authorities called in help the national government Wednesday after losing control over the dam that was only months from being inaugurated. They are evacuating a 125-mile area because of what has happened to this dam. We've covered this before. This is a major, major event. This will change life in Colombia forever. If the authorities in EPM can't figure out a way to prevent the dam's walls bursting and flooding into the Cauca River, an avalanche of huge proportions will take place. Under the worst-case scenario, 12 municipalities downstream in Antioquia, Cordoba, Sucre, and Bolivar provinces could be flooded by the Cauca River. More than 100,000 people live in that area, and the risk is just beyond imaginable. They give you an idea here of the scope of it. I'll zoom out to kind of give you an idea of the area of Colombia they're talking about. It is a massive, massive area that is on the verge of being completely destroyed by a dam collapsing. One that we covered 2 days ago. This was something that was done by the paramilitaries to avoid prosecution for all of the bodies that were buried in that area. Thousands and thousands and thousands. It was a dumping ground. They've already begun evacuation efforts. Everyone's worried, and no one knows what the future holds. This is a developing situation. It's changing minute by minute, and it's not looking good, folks. It really is not looking good. There is some video of the dam, the major landslide, and I'm going to play that for you now. There's not much audio. All you're really hearing is just the sound of the helicopter. There is the site of the massive cave-in. It's very hard to get a sense here in America of what life's like in these regions, how much damage would be done. They don't have the emergency infrastructure like we have. But even if we did, this is a major dam. It's the biggest one in the whole country. And this is where it's on the verge of collapsing. You can see the caving in behind it. Absolutely terrifying. As you can see, the water's already coming through. That's all they have for now as far as video. Like I said, it's a developing situation. This is out of Colombia Reports. This is the region north of Colombia, just east of Panama. It's a strange day with Kilauea going off and sending ash clouds up, and then we have this major dam collapse now, or on the verge of collapsing. Evacuating a 125-mile area. Do you know what it takes to evacuate a 125-mile area? Especially in this region. They must know something. That's all I can assume if they're evacuating a 125-mile area. They must know something. People are waiting They're in these makeshift camps, and 100,000 people might have their homes destroyed. Entire towns will be destroyed. It's almost too hard to describe. These people living on the edge, living their days in fear of two sides of a paramilitary war that's been going on for 60 years. Just trying to make it, and now this man-made, basically, disaster. Because this flood wasn't something that was natural. It was negligence and a little bit of nefarious activity combined to turn this beautiful valley into what's now going to more than likely be a scene of epic destruction. You can see the river, how far it goes down, and how many different places would be affected by this. It's pray for these people, absolutely. But once again, developing situation in Colombia, covered 2 days ago. The Hidroituango Dam, I'm trying to pronounce it the best I can. Major landslide, major collapse. The company in charge of the dam has now admitted they've lost control. They've called in the national authorities, and it is a minute-by-minute developing situation, and we will stay on it. So we'll leave it there. Like, share, subscribe.